got Multnomah County law enforcement officials saying that they are cracking down on crime during the holidays rush. Not any other time, just the holidays. Nah, we've been following some of the struggles that Portland's had, Multnomah County has had. But you're going into the holiday season. You got to encourage people to get out there and spend that money, because otherwise that tax revenue, it just continues to shrink, right? So there are some similarities here with exactly what happened down in San Francisco. Hey, this is going to be safe for the APEC conference. We're going to clean it up for the APEC conference. Not any other time. That's kind of the feeling you get here. Let's get into it. What do we got going on in Portland? Here we go. We're going to watch a little video and a multi-agency retail theft mission. Doesn't that just sound fancy? Multi-agency retail theft mission. It means you got a bunch of different law enforcement entities going after criminal behavior, people stealing stuff, right? That starts Black Friday and will last through the weekend, involving officers throughout Multnomah County. My understanding, it started a couple of days ago, Monday. It's going to go through Black Friday. Is Black Friday a big shopping deal anymore? Because so many people now do that online, right? You got in those online sales, they don't have to get you out. They can just start it whenever. Man, I think this year is the earliest I have seen Christmas stuff go on sale. Well before Thanksgiving, right? Well before, around my birthday, which was November 7th. It's like, man, what do we do? Oh yeah, holiday season. Got to sell some stuff. Got to take advantage of that holiday season, because we're having a soft landing with the economy. Might have a little bit of a recession. That recession that we keep talking about, but doesn't necessarily happen. But in a city like Portland, where you've got issues of, forward facing to the public, how about all the bands we've covered lately and we've talked about that have come into, that are touring Portland and they get their rigs broken into and all their equipment stolen. I just did a famous violinist from Scotland. He's touring and he gets all of his equipment stolen, and just, you've got a bunch of this stuff going against the city of Portland optics wise. And some would say, because it's happening. And it is. You don't have enough cops, but you got to do something, right? City officials got to do something. So this is what they're doing. Let's get into it. Actually, let's just watch the video. Let's watch a quick video here.
This popular shopping center in Northeast Portland is quiet first thing on a Tuesday.
I think everyone's here.
But that will surely change come the holiday weekend.
This morning, we're going to start with Portland Police Chief Bob Day.
At the same time, Portland police will crack down on retail theft, and it all starts this Friday.
So the message is that we want people to come out. We want people to enjoy Multnomah County, to shop, to really embrace the kickoff of this season. And also understand that if you're going to come out...
And she cuts to that. Not that.
Watching, not just in Portland, but all of Multnomah County.
I will be allocating up to 3 deputies each day during this mission.
Joining them will be more than 30 officers from Portland and Gresham. They aren't revealing where...
Boarded up store window.
But the mission
Not a
will
good
run
look.
through Sunday.
This countywide collaboration is a message to our businesses, to our shoppers, that we want you to have a
Crumble cookies, those are good.
Holiday season, and those who commit crimes will be arrested.
All right, so this mission really goes beyond just retail theft. It's also in an effort to try and make people feel safer around the holidays. Now, on Monday, Portland police started walking patrols downtown for the same reason.
I mean, just the other day, her friend's purse got stolen, things stolen out of a backpack, so you just always got to be aware, so it'd be a little bit nicer to have that presence.
Anything to cut down on crime and make people feel safer.
And with theft increasing in Portland by about 80% since last year, police
80%.
Stealing is simply a last resort.
This is not an attempt at all to criminalize poverty or to not recognize the challenges that people are facing in tough economic times.
Will people say who are caught for retail theft be facing alternative sentences at all?
Yeah, so I'm not 100% familiar with what DA Schmidt's doing with all of these cases. I just wanted to recognize...
Let's talk about that. D.A. Schmidt's not doing anything with those cases. So this is This is largely an effort to make people feel safer about coming to downtown Portland, which city officials have to do, because the alternative is they do nothing. And then people have it in their head. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Don't want to shop there because my stuff's going to get jacked, or I'm going to be in the midst of a shoplifting episode, or, just don't want to go there because I don't want to have to deal with the homeless folks running around and all this stuff. So this is an emphasis patrol for the holiday season. It provides hopefully slightly better optics. It is something better than nothing, better than doing nothing, right? Some would argue, it's too far gone. Portland's too far gone. You can't just let it go. And these police officers, they're doing what they can, but they're undermanned. They're understaffed. So this is something that the politicians are coming up with.
Again, this mission runs just through the holiday weekend, but Chief Day says he's interested in making it an ongoing effort. In Northeast Portland, Blair Best, KGW News.
So that was the other part. When I watched this story, I'm not making fun of Blair Best. She's just reporting the news. Just don't shoot the messenger, right? But it's like, okay, preventing crime an ongoing thing. Is that what we're saying? Because they're literally saying, and it's the same deal down in San Francisco. All right, let's get things cleaned up because we got somebody coming to town. All right, let's get things cleaned up in Portland because we got shoppers that are coming into town. We got to do something. Here it is. This is what we've got going on. Now, the whole flip side to this is, chair just dropped. I need pneumatics in my chair. The flip side to this is that if you had a safe environment to begin with, you wouldn't be having to do these emphasis patrols, right? But that's not the case. So here we are. I think that finished it out for Blair Best, but, you get where I'm going with this piece. It's like, okay, you're doing something, but it's because you're overcompensating for the fact that things have just gotten wildly out of control. You got to do something. All right, we're having this whole deal. With the holidays fast approaching, Multnomah County law enforcement officials are making a particular effort to assure Portland area residents and visitors alike that the area will be safe for people looking to shop or attend events, because Portland is trying to overcome, particularly downtown, is trying to overcome that whole notion of, well, if you go there, there's going to be some riots. Antifa's just going to be lighting everything on fire. Well, because that's what people have in their head. And Seattle suffers from some of that. Downtown Portland or downtown San Francisco, you got some of that stuff lingering in people's minds, and people are not going to these areas where you've got the best shopping. They're not going there. The foot traffic isn't there. On Monday, Portland Police Bureau announced that it would begin walking patrols. Okay, so maybe that starts on Black Friday, instead of car patrols in downtown through the end of the year. Will that help? Any kind of police presence will help. Do they have the manpower to do this? Well, where are they taking it from? I don't know. Right? I mean, that's what always goes through my head is, are they bringing in, outside entities just like they did down in San Francisco? Didn't have enough cops for San Francisco to bring in however many hundreds, or maybe it was around 1,000 extra cops, I think, to San Francisco for the APEC conference. Cause, you got those out of town visitors, you got those shoppers coming in. You want to make sure they feel safe so they can spend that money. And, man, I went shopping last weekend at Bellevue Square. That place is nuts. It is so expensive. And there are so many people just dropping. I mean, I was there Sunday afternoon at 3:00. It was packed. Just got way too many people in there that have way too much money spending it on who knows what. The Tesla store was jammed. The Apple store was jammed. It was wild. So at the end of their assigning 8 officers to the area meant to operate in teams of 2. They'll be out from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, the agency said. Portland Police Bureau made no secret that the patrols are meant to assure people that the area will be safe for shoppers amid a marked erosion in the area's reputation and a rise in crime coming out of the pandemic. Portland has been particularly affected. It just has. It's had just the magic sauce has been put on Portland. This combination of events. A lot of it has to do with local politics and how things have gotten wildly out of control. Got a mayor who's unfortunately had some issues with, keeping control of things. We embraced Antifa. We embraced Black Lives Matter until we didn't. Yeah. What direction are we going? That whipsaw of this is popular. Let's take a look at that. Let's do this. Let's engage with Black Lives Matter and be there for that photo opportunity until we don't. So the whole shopping thing, it's tax revenue, right? You need the tax revenue because that's what pays the city's bills. Well, this is the lipstick on the pig. It's something better than nothing. So during a press conference on Tuesday, Chief Bob Day, he's the new chief. He came out of retirement. Chief Bob Day said that Portland Police Bureau will also launch a new mission to combat retail theft during the holiday shopping rush, set to start Black Friday and last through the weekend. So this is a weekend-long emphasis patrol. I guess the announcement happened on Monday. I was thinking that it had actually started. Now it's making sense. Sometimes I read this stuff and I'm like, I'll figure it out during the podcast. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Yep. And then you let me know when I don't, right? The message is we want people to come out and we want people to enjoy Multnomah County, to shop, to really embrace the kickoff of the season. I mean, so many of you are going to say, too late, never going there, never going to Portland, not happening. Wouldn't go there if, they were giving away whatever, Nordstrom gift certificates by the thousand. Still wouldn't go there because I don't want my car to get jacked. Well, yeah, all right, okay, I get it. Our emphasis patrols, our walking patrols, really going to make it that much more safe? No, not necessarily. I mean, not that much more safe. It will make it somewhat safer, right? Anytime you have more cops walking around, doesn't it feel like, oh yeah, okay, all right. Even if you've got just a boatload of security, private security walking around, like Amazon area of downtown Seattle, it's pretty damn safe. You don't hear me reading about any criminal activity going on in that area because Amazon has got the security out the back end. Because they can afford it. They can pay for it. And they're like, we want our people to be safe. The rest of you Seattleites in downtown, good luck with that. So got this emphasis patrol. It's going on. Unlike the walking patrols, the retail theft mission will be spread throughout the county. Multnomah County Sheriff Nicole Morrissey O'Donnell said that her office will have up to 3 deputies assigned to the effort each day, alongside officers from Portland and Gresham. All right, so they're going after it because shoplifting, everybody knows, hey, it's fair game. It is game on. It is season on. Talked about that in a pretty lengthy podcast yesterday about how the the mayor of Sacramento is basically saying, hey, yeah, that Proposition 47 here in California where you put the threshold at $950 for shoplifting. Anything under that is a misdemeanor. Well, that kind of duped the residents of the voters in California. So, we're recognizing this stuff. Okay. Yeah. This policy of just letting people do whatever willy nilly, having a district attorney here that's not really prosecuting anything but the cream puff cases and not really doing much in the way of misdemeanors and, So what's the best that that Multnomah County can do? This is it. This is what they can do so that those optics look a little bit better. Now, it doesn't really do anything. It maybe is something where people are like, yeah, but I saw that one news story and there's going to be more cops in downtown. Maybe we go. That is what politicians are hoping happens out of this. Does it really have that impact? Handful of cops walking around downtown. I mean, okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's the optics, right? Hey, we're doing something. Gresham has experienced a doubling in reported theft since 2020. Gresham police chief said, I mean, all of these areas and the ones that have kind of just been let go, have really exploded with criminal activity, to the point where here in Seattle, Target is saying, no go, closed. Right down to Portland, closed. San Francisco, closed. New York, closed. They're able to close stuff kind of willy-nilly because of what they consider safety shenanigans, right? So you got all of these dynamics working together, and it comes down to tax revenue, dollars spent, how much in the way of dollars spent during the holiday season, because this is such a massive season for shoppers, right? What I do find interesting is that I think of Thanksgiving. I'm heading down to Oklahoma City. I'm going to spend some time down there with my parents. Then I always think of, all right, are we going to be driving around, or we're going to go do something on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving? Is it going to be that horrific, Black Friday traffic? And then you got to remind yourself, nah, because everybody pretty much shops online now, right? For that kind of thing. You don't have those. Remember when you used to have those videos where you'd have like 200 people just basically bursting at the seams to get in that front door? You had those images, and that fed into the notion. If I'm not there at 3 a.m. in the morning outside of Walmart, I'm going to miss out on my $99 70-inch big screen TV. And I need that in my life. Or I need to be able to buy that for someone in my life so that I can prove to them that I love them. Because nothing says I love you more than a 70-inch big screen TV, right? Am I right? Guys might say that. Girls are like, no, yeah, yeah, TV, whatever, right? So theft has increased in Portland by roughly 80% since last year. That is what we're overcoming. Some would say, well, you wouldn't have had to overcome that if you didn't defund the police and go down these crazy train roads. That in and of itself is true as well. Yeah, I mean, it's just... We're going to have a big emphasis patrol over the holidays. And what always comes to my mind, and the reason I'm doing this podcast, is it's like, what about all the rest of the days? You clean San Francisco up for APEC. What about all the rest of the days where APEC isn't a thing? Yeah. Okay. How about that? Well, don't have the resources to do it, or so we're told. On an ongoing basis, San Fran can't clean up all that stuff. They can clean up a little area, but they're playing whack-a-mole. Now, this is a different drill, because we're talking about people feeling safe in downtown Portland. Until we have fewer podcasts by guys like me on these crime stories happening, people are not going to feel safe. So is this going to be enough to sway the public opinion that Portland is safe? No, I don't think so. But it's at least something, right? It's what Portland can be doing given its situation right now. They got to come out swinging with something, because otherwise you might as well just sit on your butt in the corner and not even come out fighting. Can't really do that either. But this is where we sit. This is where a lot of these cities sit, which is, hey, we're going to tell you it's safe. Here's a little bit of what we can do. We're hoping for the best. Would you please come out shopping? And, a certain percent of the population are going to go shopping anyway. And there's those few that are on the cusp of, I don't know if I'm going to go to, what's the bookstore in Portland that's just epically well known? It's in so many news stories. The bookstore in Portland. I mean, that's all you got to say, right? Are they going to go shopping there? Maybe. But if they see this news story, yeah, all right. There's a few more cops walking around. It's going to be fine. This should work out just fine, right? And talked to the guy who had his car parked in the parking garage, and he was the world-class Scottish violinist, right? And that happened last week. Got all his stuff jacked. Not good. So this is kind of that back and forth, right? This is what city officials do, and the residents are all like, yeah, just for the holidays? What about the rest of the year? Yeah, got to work on that too, right? Yeah, this is where we sit. All right. Thanks so much for being here. I'm not going to read the rest because we already heard it in the video. And you know what I am going to read, though, is this last one. While this mission is expected to end Sunday, Day said he is interested in making it an ongoing effort And I said it earlier, but it's just that notion of, you mean preventing crime from happening on an ongoing effort? And I understand what's being stated, but it just sounds kind of like massive amount of virtue signaling, right? Portland's safe. It's safe. It's really safe. Come on down. Let's do some shopping. Hey, it's going to be fine. It's posturing. It's posturing, but you got to do some posturing because that's what you do. Here we are. Now you've seen it. Are you going to go shopping in Portland? I dare you. All right. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch up with you on the next time. And if you do, and if it was fine, let me know. I'm always curious about, all right, how are people's experience is based on, do they match up with what I'm talking about? Or is Sean just full, you know what? Let's find out. Let me know. Catch up soon. Bye for now.